Hey writers, Mrs. Kearns with today's Grounds for Thought. Today we're going to continue our study of homophones and continuing to play around with words that have the same sound but different meanings and different spellings. We're doing this because it's kind of fun to play with words, but it's also to show us the importance of making sure that we know the proper word to use at the proper time so that our meaning as writers is always clear, that we're always understood, and what we're trying to say is always understood and understood clearly, right? So today, we're going to use this poem that I have here called Waves as our inspiration for today. So I'm going to read you the poem Waves. Waves on the ocean, ripples on the sand, my father calling me with a wave of his hand. The wavy grain of wood, the wave in my hair, waves of fiery autumn leaves tumbling through the air. A wave of sadness when I think of the way my best friend Vinny moved far, far away. So that poem uses the word waves in many different ways. And so while this one sounds the same and is spelled the same, um, they have different meanings. And so that's what we want to kind of explore today. So I want you to think of a homophone. Another common one might be C and C, SEA, SEE. Maybe you'll have even some fun with there, and there. You choose. All right, we've been playing around with this. You guys had a lot of great examples on Friday. We had night and night, um, even with right and right. That was kind of a fun one that we played with on Friday. So you choose. And I want you to write that homophone at the top of your paper. And then for 7 minutes and 42 seconds, just see how you're inspired. Maybe you're going to choose to want to write a poem. Now, while this poem that I shared with you today does have a little bit of rhyme, remember that poetry is kind of the most freeing form of writing because there's no limits to what you can do in a poem. All right, now if you pick a certain style of poems, there are some rhyming schemes you have to stick with, but there's always that free verse poetry that you could use where there's really no rules. You just write and you write and you write, and a poem can be anything basically. So today we're just kind of playing. This is more of a less structured type of a grounds for thought, and that's kind of the direction that we're going as we finished up our fictional narratives and we're working through the revision process. We're going to just play around with different types of writing, getting ready to start exploring informational writing. All right, guys, I cannot wait to hear what you've come up with today. So your 7 minutes and 42 seconds start now. Happy writing.